So what are we're already talking about this, but what are the breakthroughs that you see that are happening in LLMs that have the implication for leveraging Gen AI into businesses and into specific applications or industries?
So I think the emergence of reasoning models over the last year is a significant direction. They're of variable quality so far, but they will get better. The more
And
we tell
can
them,
you give an example of a reasoning model and its application?
well, the DeepSeek R1 is a good
Good
example.
example. Okay.
Yeah, where it shows you the steps it took to get to your answer. So you can judge whether it's being rational or not.
Is that a different than an encoder decoder versus decoder, which is the kind of phraseology that I've seen to describe something like that? If I'm getting what you're
Well,
saying
all,
correctly.
all models do that. They encode the input to create a numerical big matrix in a big sparse vector space, and then they measure the similarity between pieces of the structure to decode it back into something that you will understand.
But you're talking about something that is beyond that.
So what we're talking about is using that technique stepwise to break down a problem into pieces, address the pieces, see if the strategy for addressing the results has gaps in it or not, and then look to see whether revisiting the vector space allows you to fill in those gaps. So it gives you a path through the model. It's an analogy to a path through the model because you can't really see what's going on, but you can see how the mixture of experts approach each adds some value to the path to construct the answer that you've got. That's reassuring in the sense that a human does that automatically
Right,
if
intuitively.
they've been trained to solve problems. The model is showing you how it went about solving the problem. The more we see how it does that, the better we can tune its process to solve problems. The more problems it can likely address, and the better, as a byproduct, the better we can get at cleaning up the data it's using, which is still a problem.
So the reasoning models you see are going to have an increasing impact on Gen AI applications.
On the use of Gen AI in practical real world scenarios, yes.